Everyone thought Daniel adopted a cat, but what the vet later discovered left everyone speechless. Daniel froze in the doorway. She didn't meow. She barked. At first, Daniel laughed, thinking it was a strange coincidence. Maybe a sound caught in her throat, a playful quirk. But when she started chasing tennis balls and wagging her tail every time he said her name, the laughter faded into confusion. He had adopted Mira 2 days ago. The shelter staff said she was sweet, affectionate, a perfect companion animal. They never mentioned she acted like a Labrador. Daniel threw the ball again. Mira fetched it again. She dropped it at his feet, looked up at him with bright amber eyes. Those eyes seemed to ask, "Again? Please?" Over the next week, the strangeness intensified. Mira did not meow, not once. Instead, she made soft barking sounds, little yips of excitement, quiet woofs when she wanted attention. She followed Daniel everywhere, kitchen to bedroom, bedroom to bathroom, bathroom back to kitchen, like a shadow, like a devoted dog. When Daniel sat on the couch, Mira jumped up beside him. She rested her head on his lap, gazed at him adoringly. No cat Daniel had ever known behaved this way. Friends came over to meet the new pet. "That is the weirdest cat I've ever seen," Marcus said. Mira was playing tug-of-war with a rope toy, growling softly, pulling with impressive strength. "Maybe she was raised with dogs," Rebecca suggested. "Or maybe she is part dog somehow," Marcus joked. But the joke made Daniel think. What if Mira was not pure feline? What if there had been some genetic mix-up, some scientific impossibility? He made an appointment with Dr. Trent, the best veterinarian in the city, someone who could run proper tests. "I need you to examine my cat," Daniel said over the phone. "What seems to be the problem?" "She acts like a dog," Dr. Trent laughed. "Cats have unique personalities." "No, you do not understand. She actually acts like a dog." The appointment was set for Thursday morning. Daniel could barely sleep that night. Questions spun through his mind endlessly. What if Mira was some kind of hybrid? What if the shelter had lied? What if she was sick? What if her brain was damaged? Daniel loaded Mira into her carrier. She whined the entire drive. Soft, sad sounds. Just like a puppy. Dr. Trent was a small woman with kind eyes. She smiled when she saw Mira. "So, this is the dog cat," she said warmly. "Can you run tests? DNA analysis? Brain scans? Anything? Let me examine her first." Dr. Trent lifted Mira onto the examination table. Mira immediately rolled onto her back, exposed her belly for rubs. "Well, that is certainly dog-like behavior," Dr. Trent admitted. She checked Mira's ears, her eyes, her teeth, her heart rate. Everything was normal. "Physically, she is perfectly healthy," Dr. Trent said. "But why does she act this way? Let me take some blood. We will run a full DNA panel. Before we continue with the shocking test results, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow." The blood draw took only minutes. Mira barely flinched. She licked Dr. Trent's hand afterwards. "The DNA results will take 3 days," Dr. Trent explained. "What do you think it will show?" Dr. Trent paused. She stroked Mira's head thoughtfully. "Honestly? I think she is 100% cat." "Then why?" "Behavior is learned, Daniel. Animals adapt to their environments. Maybe Mira learned these behaviors somewhere. But where? And from whom?" Dr. Trent had no answers. Daniel took Mira home. The questions haunted him constantly. That evening, Mira brought him his slippers, actual slippers, carried them in her mouth, dropped them at his feet. "This is insane," Daniel muttered. He recorded a video, posted it online. The caption read, "My cat thinks she is a dog. Please explain?" The video went viral overnight. Comments flooded in by the thousands. "That is the cutest thing ever. How did you train her? Is this real or fake? I want a dog cat." 3 days felt like 3 years. Finally, Dr. Trent called. Daniel, the DNA results are ready. Daniel drove to the clinic immediately. His hands shook on the steering wheel. Dr. Trent looked serious when he arrived. Well, Daniel demanded. Mira is 100% Felis catus, domestic short-hair cat. No dog DNA whatsoever. Are you certain? The test is definitive. She is absolutely a cat. Daniel felt both relieved and frustrated. Then why does she act like a dog? I do not know. There is no medical explanation. Daniel drove home in silence. The mystery deepened instead of solving. That evening, he checked his viral video again. One comment caught Daniel's attention. I know this cat. That is Mira. We had to give her up 6 months ago. She lived with us for 3 years. Daniel's heart pounded. He messaged her immediately. Please tell me about Mira. I need to understand her behavior. The response came within an hour. Can we talk on the phone? Daniel called the number immediately. A woman answered. Her voice was thick with emotion. My name is Patricia Mills, she said softly. You owned Mira? Yes, for 3 years, until my son. Patricia's voice broke. She was crying. What happened? Daniel asked gently. My son Ethan has severe autism. He struggles with social interaction. Eye contact terrifies him. Loud noises cause meltdowns. I am so sorry. We adopted Mira when Ethan was 7. We thought a cat would be perfect. Low maintenance, independent. But Mira was not independent. No, she was incredible. She bonded with Ethan immediately. But our other pet bonded with him too. Other pet? Our Labrador Retriever, Maximum. He was trained as Ethan's emotional support dog. Daniel felt pieces clicking into place. Mira learned from Max, he said slowly. More than that. She became part of Ethan's support system. Max would do his job. Mira would copy everything. Fetching, following, even wagging her tail. How is that possible? Patricia laughed through her tears. I have no idea. We tried to discourage it, but Mira was determined. She watched Max constantly, mimicked every behavior. Why did you give her up? The question hung in the air. Patricia was silent for a long moment. Max died, she finally said. Last year, he was only 7 years old. Oh no. Ethan was devastated. We all were. But Mira took it hardest of all. She stopped eating, stopped playing. She just sat by Max's bed, waiting for him to come back. Daniel felt his throat tighten. Then what happened? We got another dog, a young Labrador named Bailey. We thought it would help Ethan, help Mira. Did it? For Ethan, yes. Bailey was wonderful. But Mira... Patricia's voice cracked again. Mira hated Bailey. She hissed at him constantly, attacked him twice. We could not keep them together safely. So you surrendered Mira to the shelter. It broke our hearts, especially Ethan's. But we had no choice. Bailey was his registered support animal. Mira was just a pet. Just a pet. Those words echoed in Daniel's mind. Does Ethan know I adopted her? No. The separation was too hard on him. We told him Mira found a new home. He has not asked about her since. Daniel looked at Mira. She was sleeping on the couch. Her paws twitched. She was dreaming. He thought about everything Patricia had told him. Maximum. Ethan. The bond that shaped Mira forever. It all made sense now. But one question remained. Why did Mira continue these behaviors? Even without Max. Even without Ethan. Daniel called Dr. Trent back. I spoke with Mira's previous owner, he said. And? She lived with a service dog, a Labrador named Max. She copied all his behaviors. Dr. Trent was quiet for a moment. That explains everything, she said softly. But why does she still act this way? Max is gone. Ethan is gone. Why not go back to being a normal cat? Daniel, animals can form incredibly strong bonds, not just with humans, with other animals too. I know that. But these bonds can shape behavior permanently. Mira did not just live with Max, she learned from him. adopted his mannerisms, his personality, his purpose. So she is not confused? No, she knows she is a cat, but she also knows how to love like Max loved. Daniel sat down heavily. She is continuing his work, he said softly. Exactly. Max was trained to provide emotional support. Mira learned by watching him. Now that Max is gone, she is carrying on his legacy. Even though she is with a different person, the behavior is ingrained. It is who she is now. She cannot forget how to love that way. Daniel felt tears welling up. This was not a medical mystery. This was a love story. Love is about showing up, being present, adapting to what others need. Mira had learned to love like a dog because that was what Ethan needed. Now she loved Daniel like a cat who remembered how to be a dog. Thank you for watching this story. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me continue to share stories you'll love.